Does Tom Brady have the right mindset for a 42-year-old quarterback?
Oh, yes, but I don't even know how to answer that seriously. Because what is the mindset of a 42-year-old quarterback? You act like there's a buffet of examples out there in history of the NFL. Look at that sample size. What are we going to talk about?
George Blanda.
Warren Moon, Vinny Testaverde, Steve DeBerg. And then let's look at it from the sample size of how many were even GOATs in that position. Donut, nothing to eat, nothing to look for in reference. So now let's talk about Tom Brady's situation and apply it to, I guess, a life lesson. All the old folks I know say when you live long enough, you get to a point where you don't give a damn. And I know in life you could get to that place, and it seems like Tom Brady in his career, you don't give a damn. This whole Patriot way was something to get him to the status of being a GOAT. But he's checked every single box that a player could ever desire to check. So all that's left for him is either to check those same boxes again or to create his own way. Forget the Patriot way. This team is not built to win right now. Tom Brady and his presence and the threat of him and some of his ability is what got them to a 12-win season. But trust me, if he goes back to that situation, it makes no sense. So I respect a guy like Tom Brady in this moment who says, I took care of y'all. Now it's my turn. Forget team friendly. It's me friendly time.
I think what Tom needs to do is sit in the mirror and do a SWOT test, strengths, weaknesses, assessment, to see exactly what he is.
The Tom Brady hater. Before we go back. Since you said the Tom Brady groupie, the Tom Brady hater.
I'm not a hater. He just needs to be real with where he is right now. And if Tom Brady is real with his own game, he'll look and he'll see that he hasn't performed well. We call him Mr. Clutch. You love him. You adore him so much for his postseason success. But the last 2 years,
here we go.
Passer rating's only 79.8.
Here we go. Numbers.
2 to 4 touchdown to interception ratio. I mean, he's a diminishing asset, depreciating asset. It is time for Tom to understand who he is.
He won a Super Bowl in there. You forgot that number.
Yeah. You know, numbers.
They won in spite of him, not because of him.
Oh, I love a Bucky.
In spite of him. I like to be real. So when you guys are talking about, hey, he got the 12 wins, he willed them to 12 wins. No, Bill Belichick and the others, the defense, helped them get the 12 wins.
I'm with
Tom Brady's best bet is to stay in New England, even though I'm saying New England should be able to move on from him.
I've been a part of top 10 defenses, top 5 defenses, made the playoffs as a player actively with that team once. We're acting as though making it to the playoffs is in spite of. It's something easy. It's something that just happens. It's become so commonplace to base where our starting line is with Tom Brady off of postseason because of how great he's been throughout his career. 12 wins this year. Is his mindset right at 42? Yes. Why? Okay, let's start here. Were they a Super Bowl contender this year? Would anybody disagree that they were not a Super Bowl contender?
Yeah, they were.
Oh, okay, they were. Okay, let's move on from there. If it's yes, then why did they come up short? Few weapons here and there on what side of the ball? The offense. Okay, that leads me to my next point. All right, so if you're 1 or 2 players away and you got a Hall of Famer that's going to be available, and you've mentioned on numerous occasions he probably won't get a sit-down amount of time if his repentance is accepted, you bring him back in, you have one. Now you're only 1 player away from putting your offense in a position where it has explosive play ability, and you have a defense that's coming back with the returning defensive player of the year. What's wrong with his mindset of saying we're 1 or 2 players away from being a Super Bowl
he wants to be paid a boatload of money.
Well, they're already offering him 30 plus is what they're reporting, right? So if they're already offering him 30 plus right now, reportedly, I don't think he's not going to take somewhere in and around that figure.
Everybody, Andrew Brandt, everybody's other consensus, he's going to go play someplace else, and he's going to go play for the maximum amount of money. That's the wrong mindset for a 42-year-old quarterback who, I'm sorry, and I think he's the GOAT, and I'm not trying to diminish him, but he needs Bill Belichick more now than at any point in his career.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that, and I think that's why this makes sense.
But we can't question his mindset when all of these assumptions are what we're going off of.
Assumptions.
Right, and we don't know what Tom Brady is thinking, because I also heard reports that he's going to go to the most loaded team in terms of weapons, and whatever price he can extract from that is what he'll take. So that means maybe the Chargers are more into play than just staying still with the Patriots. That said, you said something about him being the Jordan of football. He's not Michael Jordan. This fits conveniently in his legacy in terms of all of the quiet conversations that we all had about Tom Brady. Is he as good as his accomplishments? You never had that question.
I don't question that.
Well, you ain't been in the locker room with me. Everybody that I know, when we watch Peyton Manning, we're like, he's better than him. You watch Aaron Rodgers, say, he's better than him. But then you look at success in totality, Tom Brady became great in part because he used the sum of all of his parts, including his coach, to ride that to
That's
success.
still greatness.
It is greatness.
There's no way around
But there are
that.
levels
That's
to
still
this.
greatness.
It is, but
Michael Jordan is not the same.
Let's just call it what it is. He's a system quarterback who has played in a great system that has produced a lot of winning. Because that same system helped Matt Castle go 11-5 when Tom Brady wasn't available to the knee. I saw Jacoby Brissett
only
look
so
like a
far I
dude
can
in
go.
that system. Jimmy
like
Garoppolo also won games in that system. So what I'm saying is this.
Say it.
Tom Brady, at this stage of his career, he needs the system more than ever. Like, if we're talking about Michael Jordan, the one thing you can never question about Michael Jordan, he was a transcendent player.
Yeah.
He was transcendent in college. He was transcendent from the time he stepped into the league. We can never say that Tom Brady was transcendent coming into the league as the 199th pick of that draft.
Oh, that's
so
fair,
let's
you
be
think?
real.
That's
so
a
you
good
were
word
in
in
the
the
locker room.
What he accomplished in the NFL
Accomplishment.
makes him transcendent, and I think we're doing the guy a disservice.
Thank you.
Again,
Questioning his skill?
Yeah, because people can be jealous, or people can be jealous of all that success. Anytime somebody wins 6 championships or 4 or 5 or whatever point people were questioning, hey, man, this guy's skill set in terms of standing in the pocket, willingness to take a hit to deliver the football. You can talk about Peyton Manning all you want.
I will.
Peyton Manning and his skill throwing the ball.
I will. Don't do it.
Never the dog that Tom Brady was in the pocket. Never.
What do you
This
mean?
guy would fall down if I walked past.
Damn right, so he can survive for the next one. That's why he had the all-time
And let's be
starting
clear. And
streak.
let's be clear before we go to break. Calling somebody a system quarterback is almost synonymous with thug at this point, right? Like, you calling him out of name, man. Don't call that man out of his name like that, man.
So let's be real.
Let's not call Tom Brady out of
doing
his name.
TV, he know damn
Those
well.
first 3 Super Bowls, the Patriots won because of their defense and the way they played complimentary ball.
special
When Tom
teams.
Brady was playing at his best, 2007 would be that year where we talk about him throwing for
How many
50
MVP
touchdowns
awards?
or whatever.
How many-
They didn't win the
how-
Super
how
Bowl.
many- You know, when
They didn't win that. So when we talk about winning, when they
How many MVP
won,
awards
it's
does he
because
have?
he's played within the system and the system that was set in place by Bill Belichick.
Well, if getting MVPs and Super Bowls is being in the system, then sign me up.
I'm on both sides of this
Sign me
argument.
up.
He needs the system.
Fine.
Particularly at this time at
Fine.
42. And he needs to take a team-friendly deal and let them build around it. Because Bill Belichick wants to win just as bad as Tom Brady. They're not going to have some rebuilding year in New England. Bill Belichick's going to go for the Super Bowl next year. Take a team-friendly deal, stay there. All this stuff about money and trying to prove something. I can do it without Bill Belichick, any of that. That's crazy talk at 42.
I agree with that.
It's too late.
I agree with that.
It's too late for him.
Yeah, it's
too late.
Y'all saying that for
But
him.
stop
Let
calling that
say it.
man system.
Johnny Unitas.
More
It'd be
interceptions
Johnny
than
Unitas
touchdowns
and
winning
Rams.
Super
Stop
Bowls.
it.
How you gonna throw more interceptions than touchdowns and win
I'll
Super Bowls?
leave that
You say
man
you
alone.
great. And you the one the reason.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. And be sure to check out more of the best clips from Speak For Yourself, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.